Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Yesenia Lazaro.
And I'm Austin Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
That's true. That's true. We're going into the weekend. Let's check out these headlines. Police arrest one armed robbery suspect and appeal for the public's help. St. Maarten police have arrested one suspect in connection with two violent armed robberies carried out on Friday, August 22nd. The incidents took place at Divico on 80 Illage Road and later at Wingley Supermarket in Middle Region. Police say two masked men entered both businesses, threatened staff with a firearm, and escaped with cash in a stolen black Nissan Kicks. While one suspect is now in custody, investigators continue to search for others involved. To assist, authorities have released surveillance screenshots and are calling on the community to help identify the remaining suspects. Anyone with information is urged to contact the St. Maarten Police Force at 1-721-542-2222 or through the anonymous tip line at 9300. Officials stress that armed robberies undermine public safety and security, and solving these crimes requires community cooperation. Border sweep nets arrest, fines at Bellevue Crossing. A large-scale joint border operation between French and Dutch authorities took place Tuesday morning at the Bellevue Crossing, resulting in arrests, fines, and multiple traffic violations. From 6:30 to 8 a.m., officers checked every vehicle moving between Sint Maarten and Sint Maarten, stopping more than 230 people in around 80 cars and buses. On the French side, 4 people were initially detained for lacking proper documents, but later released after their residency status was verified. On the Dutch side, 6 others were taken in by local authorities. French customs also issued fines for possession of weapons and narcotics, while territorial police cited drivers for traffic code violations. A Sint Maarten bus operating illegally in French territory was also stopped. The sweep involved about 30 officers, including French border police, customs, territorial police, and Dutch immigration. Officials said the operation is part of an ongoing cooperation to combat trafficking, undocumented migration, and unauthorized transport across the open border. Commander David Appelgem of the French St. Maarten Border Police stressed that such controls serve both security and prevention, reassuring the public through a visible presence. BTP showcases St. Maarten at Global Postal Congress. St. Maarten's Bureau of Telecommunication and Post, together with the Minister of Teyat, represented the island at the 2025 Universal Postal Union Congress, a major global forum shaping the future of mail, parcels, and financial services. With 192 countries participating, the UPU plays a central role in setting international postal rules and advancing cooperation among nations. For St. Maarten, active involvement is vital to strengthen economic resilience, support e-commerce, connect families, and ensure disaster preparedness. BTP Interim Director Julianne Labego-Hoover said St. Maarten's participation showed clear commitment to improving postal services that go beyond mail delivery and ensuring access, connection, and opportunity for all. The Congress also reaffirmed the island's alignment with global standards while highlighting its priorities as a small island developing state. Tourism has long been the lifeblood of the Caribbean economy, but as World Tourism Day reminds us, it's no longer just about counting visitors. It's also about rethinking how tourism shapes our communities, culture, and environment. Feature story tonight. Can the Caribbean lead the world in sustainable tourism?
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected Sint Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for Sint Maarten by Sint Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
With a Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, Sint Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into the forecast and see how the skies are treating us. The Met Department of Sint Maarten is keeping a sharp eye on the Atlantic, ready to update you with the latest. So don't forget to follow NEWSDESK on Facebook for your daily Sunshine Report. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly, Sunshine City.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to remember to help keep you and your family safe. If you're not in an area that is advised to evacuate and you decide to stay in your home, plan for adequate supplies in case you lose power and water for several days and you're not able to leave due to flooding or blocked roads. This hurricane season, make a family emergency communication plan. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of Sint Maarten. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, together with the Police Department KPSM, is making changes to traffic on a section of Canegita Street and Manzanella Steak, Phillipsburg. The Canegita Street from the intersection with Percy LaBega Street to Manzanella Steak will now be a one-way street. Inbound traffic can enter Canegita Street from Percy LaBega Street and drive straight ahead or turn left into Manzanella Steak. Outbound traffic leaving town on Canegita Street must make a right turn onto Manzanella Steak. Entry further into the Canegita Street will no longer be permitted. Outbound traffic exiting Manzanella Steak onto Walter Nisbet Road can either make a right or left-hand turn. The Ministry of Vromi, Department of Infrastructure Management, and the Police Department would like to thank the public for their attention to this change. Please follow the new traffic rules and signage and drive safely.
The Sint Maarten Small Properties Association celebrate both World Tourism Day and Caribbean Tourism Day on September 27. Echoing the global theme, tourism and sustainable transformation, and the Caribbean Tourism Organization's call, Caribbean Resilience, Crafting Tomorrow's Tourism, President Nzinga Lake reminded the community that tourism is not only about arrivals and statistics, but about how deeply it sustains families and communities. She stressed that local ownership, loyal repeat guests, and consistent year-round occupancy remain the industry's strongest pillars. Figures from members of the SSPA show average occupancy above 70% for January through September, with nearly a quarter of guests being repeat visitors. Lake called this proof of the vital role small properties play in sustaining the island's tourism. While embracing digital tools and AI platforms, the association warned against losing sight of human connections. Lake emphasized that after every storm or disaster, it is people, not platforms, who stand first. She also cautioned against sidelining local ownership in favor of foreign investment, saying tourism must honor the families who built the industry from the ground up. In closing, the association extended gratitude to Caribbean visitors for their loyalty through hurricanes and recovery, reaffirming its role as the soul of St. Maarten's tourism. SHTA flags discrepancies in tourism expenditure figures. The Sint Maarten Hospitality and Trade Association is raising concerns about major differences in reported tourism expenditure figures for the Dutch side. SHTA says its review of data from the Tourism Exit Survey and the Central Bank shows wide discrepancies. According to their estimates, travel exports reported by the Central Bank appear to be overreported by as much as 800 million guilders, the equivalent of nearly 18,000 guilders per resident. The association warns that if this level of economic activity is not actually being produced, it means fewer jobs, lower incomes, and less tax revenue for the country. SHTA stresses that the private sector relies on accurate and timely statistics, adding that without reliable figures, designing effective economic policies, including tax and social security reforms, becomes nearly impossible. SXM Festival set for 9th edition in March 2026. SXM Festival has announced its return to Sint Maarten for the 9th edition, running March 18th through 22nd, 2026. The 5-day celebration is known worldwide for transforming the island into a vibrant mix of music, art, and culture. From sunrise beat sessions to jungle raves and the iconic panorama party high above the island, SXM Festival promises another immersive experience that blends natural beauty with creative design. Organizers say the first wave of talent has been confirmed, featuring a balance of international icons and rising acts. Beyond the music, the festival is committed to sustainability and community engagement, investing in eco-conscious infrastructure, supporting local artists, and creating opportunities for residents. Since its launch in 2016, SXM Festival has grown into one of the Caribbean's signature cultural events, drawing visitors from around the world while spotlighting St. Maarten as a premier destination. From eco-labels in St. Maarten to food tourism across the islands, the region is reshaping how the world experiences travel. After the break, our feature story takes a closer look at whether the Caribbean is ready to set the global standard for sustainable tourism.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come
What did you do?
Guess what? I got an idea. It's amazing. You see how we have the link sharing all everywhere?
QR link,
The
yeah.
QR link?
Yeah.
Raw Caribbean Channel app. Yeah. You're welcome. Put it in the back.
But it's not an app though. It's not an app. App, you have to like download something to get it on your phone, take up space. It's not an app.
It's like an app. Therefore, it can be an app. So, it's an app. Raw Caribbean TV app. Say it with me, Al. Come on.
It's not an app though. All you gotta do with that, it's a link. You take the link, you hit the bookmark, you say add to home screen, and so it shows up like an app icon, but it's not an app though.
Are you a real person? It is an app because you get to watch all the programs from Raw Caribbean at one place. It is an app.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but factually and technically, it's not an app. Kind of like we do the news, facts,
Yeah.
and you do that thing you do.
Whoa.
Point being, you just go to the QR, you hit bookmarks, and you hit add to home screen, and then you can have the link to, let's give it another name.
The app.
You want to call it the app?
Raw Caribbean TV app.
Jess.
Yes.
Jess, please, give some sense, Jess. Jess.
It's kind of like an app.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
It's not an app, though. It's not a app. What the It's not a app.
You kiss your mother with her mouth? My God. Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Watch Raw Caribbean TV app.
Yes.
It's not an app, though. Welcome back. This Saturday, the world observes World Tourism Day, a moment to reflect on one of the largest industries shaping our lives and livelihoods. For the Caribbean, tourism isn't just big business, it's survival. Millions depend on it, and the choices we make today will define how future generations live and work. This year's theme, Tourism and Sustainable Transformation, asked a bold question. How do we keep our economies thriving while also protecting the very culture and environment that make the Caribbean so special? Tonight's feature takes on that conversation. Can the Caribbean lead the world in sustainable tourism? Across the Caribbean this week, preparations are underway for World Tourism Day. And the message is clear. Sustainability is no longer optional. It's essential. In Jamaica, students and young innovators are gathering in Montego Bay to explore fresh ideas for a greener industry. In Aruba, a month-long celebration has drawn in every generation, from young entrepreneurs to senior citizens, reminding us that tourism touches every life. And across the region, governments and tourism boards are not only welcoming visitors, but asking, how can this industry build resilience, preserve heritage, and protect the environment? One answer lies in programs like Green Key and Blue Flag, managed here in Sint Maarten by the non-profit group EPIC. These international eco-labels recognize hotels, marinas, and establishments that meet strict sustainability standards. The payoff is real. Lower operating costs, stronger marketing appeal, and a reputation that resonates with the growing number of travelers who want to leave a lighter footprint. Travel trends also suggest that the Caribbean is positioned for leadership. Visitors are seeking three things more than ever: wellness and slow travel, where guests immerse themselves into local culture instead of rushing through; food tourism, driven by authentic dishes like, the jerk chicken, the Kong fritters, the salt fish; and sustainable travel, which makes eco-certified resorts and conservation projects a key part of the visitor experience. But here's the challenge. While the Caribbean has the natural beauty, cultural depth, and growing sustainability initiatives, it must ensure that benefits reach local communities, not just big resorts. As the Caribbean Tourism Authority puts it, tourism isn't only about economic growth. but about resilience and social value. That means investing in people, empowering small businesses, and keeping the culture authentic, not commercialized. So, can the Caribbean lead the world? The pieces are there. What's needed is collaboration, consistency, and a shared vision that goes beyond visitor numbers. If the Caribbean can balance prosperity with preservation, it won't just remain a top destination. It could become the world's most sustainable tourism model. World Tourism Day is more than a celebration, it's a reminder. For us in the Caribbean, tourism is about more than beaches and resorts. It's about identity, opportunity, and the generations yet to come. Whether the region leads the world in sustainable tourism will depend on choices being made right now. But one thing is certain, the Caribbean story is far from finished, and its next chapter could set the course for global travel.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm Austin Lawrence.
And I'm Yesenia Lassiter, wishing you an amazing weekend. See you on Monday.
And stay friendly all weekend. St. Maarten.